town called Edmonton in the province of Alberta, Canada. It's a top teaching and research university. In fact, the rankings show that it's top 5 and top 100 for research impact in the world. It's a huge university. I'm pretty sure Kenyatta University is also huge nowadays. But the university itself, approximately 40,000 students from many different countries all over, some from Kenya, Africa, Europe, Asia, everywhere. As I said, it has many campuses. It's a main campus in Edmonton. So, it's called Augustana. It's in a town called Camrose, close to Edmonton. In addition, just for your own interest, if anybody speaks French, they have a pure French-speaking campus. This one here, Campus Saint John. Everything is taught in French there. So about my campus itself. So first on the right-hand side, I'm assuming that's what you can see. You see two buildings. On the top is a modern building. On the bottom is an older building. It's actually over 100 years old. And this type of buildings in Canada are classified as heritage buildings, so they cannot be torn down. So what happens then? They are refurbished or put back in the same, almost new condition as they were before. So my campus is actually an undergraduate, so we do not offer graduate degrees there, so we offer only Bachelor of Science. The city in Camrose, it's fairly small in size, about 1,000 students. So
Sikupenda
I don't know if you're aware of this.
ni wifi bwana, alafu ukuwa hujazima mic.
That our campus is given the power of new, for example, teaching techniques, and then those techniques, once we know they're working well, again, so some experiment, but not a bad experiment. So we don't just experiment for the sake of experimenting. We try to come up with innovative techniques for the benefits of students, and those techniques can eventually be adopted by the whole university. So if you recall, I told you that Augustana has a unique academic calendar. So what this means is that each term, semesters as they're called, starts with a 3-week. So that 3-week term or semester starts one in August, one in January. And the unique thing here is that a student only takes one class. So you cannot claim, okay, I have homework in this class and that class. No, you only have one class. So you can see the advantage here is that you're able to focus on only one class. If you take a class, for example, that is called a study abroad, say you went somewhere, then you cannot be missing another class because you're only enrolled in only one class. After the 3 weeks, then you enroll in an 11-week semester. Again, this starting September and February. So these are very similar to what you have. And here you can take a maximum of 4 courses. So a good question would be, are you missing out just because the semester is shortened? No, you don't miss out, because what happened is that, for example, assuming a class before was 50 minutes, then they calculate the time and then they add so that perhaps the class is 60 minutes. So in summary, you don't lose any of the content that you would have had in, say, a 14-week semester or term. So now I would like to talk a little bit about active learning. It's the goal of this class, these online classes, where we'll be collaborating with Dr. Nawiri on engaging you with the active learning. Now, has any of you students talked about active learning in any of your classes, or does anybody know about active learning? If so, who can tell me? Let's just stop sharing here. So if you know how to use the raise hand function, so if you know what's active learning, can you press the raise hand function, and then you can turn on your microphone and tell me, anybody, students,
haraka.
have you heard profs talking about active learning, something, anybody? I'll give you a minute to think. There's no, even if you have a small idea, that's okay. Yes, anybody, students? I pick on the class rep then, if nobody's answering class rep.
A method of learning in which actively experimentally involved in the learning process.
Hiyo basi ndio hiyo dhana.
Kuongea na mwalimu, si ndio?
Nasema a method of learning in which are actively or experimentally involved in
Experientially, key experience.
koje ya where they are
Majibu.
different.
Hebu weka sauti yako.
I talk about active learning specifically, but that's really what it means. So that let me just go back here to sharing my screen once again. So again, you may not have known, well, some, maybe even most of the professors in KU, when for example, this morning Dr. Naviri was already asking you, okay, how are you doing? Show me your picture. Where are you sitting? So right there, she's trying to involve you in an active manner. So basically, then, as the class rep mentioned here, and again, this is something that I just got from one of the websites here. So the key point, as the class rep mentioned here, is that the students are engaged in their own learning. So that is, they don't just sit there to listen passively to the lecturer, and everybody knows that. Just assume that. I mean, somebody like me who doesn't know how to play, for example, say soccer, for example, like or football. So everybody knows that you cannot learn how to play football just by sitting on the sides there with a comfortable chair, watching the other players pass the ball and say, oh yeah, I can do that. You only can learn how to play football if you actually get in there and practice and trip and all those things. So that's basically what active learning means. And so our goal is to come up with techniques to involve you in active learning. Now remember, this is for your own benefits, for the benefits of you students, so that you are able to retain the content much better. So again, therefore, this class, we'll be using, Dr. Navid and I will be using a number of active learning techniques. As I said, the main overall goal is for your benefits. We want to help you improve your own learning. So among other things, we'll be using poll questions via electronic polling software. Mostly, I think we're going to be using a software called Mentimeter, which Dr. Naviri may have used with you or not. In addition, we will be asking you questions whereby we'll be asking you to give us a feedback on some of the things. So this feedback, which I hope you voluntarily agree to give us feedback, will help us determine if some of the things Dr. Naviri and I will be trying are working or not. So when Dr. Naviri sets your poll, please do agree to take a few minutes to complete the poll. So as I end up here, I will stop sharing so that I can see if you have any questions. I do hope that you have at least a question or two. So again, thank you so much, Asante sana, for listening. Thank you, Prof. Karaoke, for the introduction and a way forward to what we will be doing together. Now, students, if you have any questions, rather than raise up your hand, you could post your question or comment on the chat. Let's see what pops out from the chat. Prof, I'm not sure if you have any immediate Mentimeter to try this one. Yes, I do have a Mentimeter, but let me. I'm not going to leave here unless someone asks me a question. So students, you better ask me something. Yes. Otherwise, you're going to stay here the whole day. So I'm waiting. Yeah. So something coming through the chat box, please post your questions or comments on the chat box.
Tuulize swali hapo, tuulize kama gani? Juu yeye ni prof ako Canada, tumuulize nini?
I'm waiting to see what comes up. Something, anything? Sure, you have to have a question. Something.
How is the weather?
How many
I'm sure it's not a shy class. Is it a shy class? I don't think so.
Postmodern?
Yes, they cannot be shy. Yes. Students. Somebody please say something. Then you can
Nobody with
chat. Excellent. I see something. Oh yeah. Now this is exactly what I want. Okay, let's see. I see a question from Sarah. She is asking what are the requirements needed for one to join the University of Alberta. So I do believe, but I can always make sure double check. I believe the curriculum now offered in KU, the usual one is enough for you to join the University of Alberta. So in fact, because this question has been asked, what I will do, I will get the proper link, then send it to Dr. Nawiri, and then she can send it to all of you, so that at least you have an idea. But I do believe that, for example, once you graduate here, of course, you need a very good GPA. That's why I know you're already working hard. Then you should be able to join the University of Alberta without any additional courses. So I'll talk with Dr. Nawiri. I'll give her the link, and then maybe in future we can steal a few minutes, maybe to talk a little bit about how students can get to the UA. So that may be. This is a first year class, and they're still a little bit far from thinking about graduate school. Because what I would encourage students here is to think more about graduate school. So finish your degree here, and then think about graduate school, because that's where you have a better chance of, say, getting a scholarship, so that hopefully the type of scholarship or teaching assistantship that you may get would pay for your fees. So let's keep that topic for another day. But in the meantime, within the next few days, I'll send Dr. Nawiri a proper link. And from our home, how many postmodern libraries do you have there? So I'm pretty sure it's the same everywhere. That maybe students don't know this, Dr. Nawiri, but operating a library is very expensive. The journals, that subscribe to, they pay thousands of dollars or shillings in this case. So the good thing is that the university at least is able to subscribe to a lot of journals, so that you can almost get any paper that you want. But overall, now, and the beauty, for example, on my campus, you can order a book from another campus. I don't know if it's the same here. I'm pretty sure somebody in KU in another campus can order a book from the main campus. So we do have at least a small library in each of the campuses, and the big one in one of the in Edmonton. But most importantly, what has been done in our university is the ability to subscribe to major what are called databases, so that you have access to most of the journals that we need. And from Elijah, so thank you for that, and looking forward to the active learning. And from Amani, how long have I been teaching in Canada? I actually left Kenya in '95 as a student there. Then I started teaching there, and I've been teaching close to over 10 years there. And I appreciate your compliments there, Mr. Agoko. So what I'm going to do next is we can actually do a little bit of active. So are we still okay for time? Is that 1 hour class, Dr. Nawiri? Yeah, we are good. We are good. We have about 20 minutes. Okay, So I'll do just a short thing with I do, yeah, of course, students have bundles, that's why they've been able to join here. So I will share. So the software that we're using is called Mentimeter. For you don't have to do anything. For students, you see the instructions and then you just proceed. So I will, let me just see where it is here in a moment. Okay.
Tuulize.
Then I will come back here. I am going to once again share my screen. Okay, just cancel that one. Okay, once again here. Go there and share a window. Okay.
Profesa analemewa kutuwekea screen.
So Dr. Naviri.
Tuweke cat and mouse.
Yes, Prof. So if I open Mentimeter, I thought I should be able to share it the same way that I'm sharing PowerPoint, correct? Yes, sir, but you may need to click share window. Maybe if it's coming through a window. Or maybe, okay, let's try that. Maybe it's coming, yes, maybe it's coming through a window, yes. Let me try that. Or even a tab. Yeah, share tab. Yes, okay, I see it now, okay. On the tab. Yes, the tab, yes. Okay, can you see that? It's coming through. Now? Yes, it is. Okay, so students then go to menti.com, use that code on your screen, and just write something, show how you're feeling today, and then now, just to see. So basically, already we are starting what's called active learning. So basically, we are engaging you. So go ahead.
71 51 73 61 menti.com.
So tunaenda hivyo Opera Mini.
Yeah, Chrome is the finest. Menti.
Giving a few minutes to the students. And then I'll show the results to see what you're writing. Okay, now let me show the results to see what you are saying.
Please enter the code.
Have you been able to? Right. Oh yes. Okay. Finally, I see something. I was thinking it's not working. Okay.
How are you feeling today?
Okay. Class rep is saying best than ever. So, Mr. Minyot, are you able to type on the actual Mentimeter screen? I only see. Only one person has written something.
How are you feeling?
Oh yeah, excellent. Somebody else has written something. Yes. So 2 people have replied. Okay, excellent. Okay, can I have a few more students' input, please? Yes, I know sleep is a little bit early. I remember when I was young also. I know that waking up was a little bit of a problem, but that's okay. Okay, excellent. Okay, keep going. I want a few more responses, please. Keep going. Okay, keep going. And then I'll, okay, yeah, go ahead. Wanja, do you have a question?
Cheerfully.
Did I see a raised hand or no? Oh, no, I don't see it anymore. Okay. Yeah, go ahead, Waja. Can you hear us? Do you have a question?
Alafu ukituma inaenda tu. Sasa lazima refresh.
Imeenda.
I noticed that Elijah seems to be making a response on the chat, not on the Mentimeter.
Yeah, so what we will do, Dr. Naviri, they may be having issues. So what we might even to do one of the live
Siafu
classes I
yako
can come in
imeingia
and then we
bwana.
actually do it when they're there.
Silipi yangu
So
iko
that
wapi?
they just come with the devices
Iko
just to
hapo
make
na
sure. But for now,
green.
I still have a few more slides, so
Amefanya
I'll go
silipi
on.
yangu iwe dogo.
Ibubu
That's okay,
umeandika
right?
nini?
All right.
But if we don't get as many
Fine.
responses, we could stop here and then we can always. Yeah, but let me try one more slide for them. So thank you so much for replying. So how Mentimeter was, I can see based on the size of the font, I know how many students. So most of you are feeling pretty good. That's why good is in the biggest font. But let me do one more slide and then we'll go from there. So just a second.
Alipata A kizungu. Nani huyo ame left?
Barasa.
Barasa tena.
Barasa pia ame left.
Tumpigie simu tumwambie left tena. Ana left aje hata maprofesa hawaja left kwanza. Sauti yako pia imepotea. Ina video anahangisha.
How? Hii pia tunaenda kwa Mentimeter.
So Dr. Naviri, can you see the slide?
Yes, we can see that. How can you minimize the hazard of diluting Kong mineral acids?
Yes. So this is a multiple choice question. So I'll let students answer this one. Again, no judgment. So just read it carefully and think of what. So pick your best answer. This is a multiple choice question.
How can
I'll
you?
give you a minute or two. A minute to think. A minute actually.
Si kuna majibu
Add
lakini hapo
acid to
chini.
the water.
How can you minimize the hazard of
Add
diluting
water to the
carbon
acid?
dioxide
No.
and
Add ice to the
exorbitant
acid? No. You cannot add water to acid. You unafaa ku add acid to water.
How can you minimize the hazard of diluting
Concentrated mineral acids.
add the water to the acid?
Yeah.
Hii ingine ni acid.
Pour both acid and
Acidize.
water simultaneously
Add
into
ice. Add ice.
ice ni the same na maji.
Pour both acid and water simultaneously into a third container. Add the acid to the water.
Add acid to water. Tunarudi pale tulikuwa.
So tunajibu vipi? Tunaweka zero.
So ukienda hapo unazikuta hapo. Add acid to the water.
Jibu unacheka nini sasa? Add acid.
Shit.
Jibu unaacha kucheka bwana.
Mimi nimepotea man.
Ati tunaweka zero.
Ati watu huko wanataka kwenda Alberta.
That is indeed the correct answer. I'm pretty sure Dr. Naviri, this is one of the things that you talk about and students know that. So what you want to do, because if you add the other way around, then the acid just kicks out the bottom of it and splashes into your eyes. So I think Dr. Naviri, we could stop there, and then when I come in one of the live classes, I can take a bit of time. Just because I want to make sure that all students are on the same page and able to use this particular Mentimeter properly, so that we are able to all of us participate. Because then, if only a few students are participating, it's not actually active learning. So we're going to have to figure out what the problem is, so that most students are participating. But we do have a question from Dirango. Go ahead. You have a question?
Mbona imepotea?
Dirango, do you have a question? I see you have raised your hand.
Birango hand raised, not responding.
Okay, I don't hear anything. Okay, I think he has left. So, Dr. Navid, then over to you to finish the class.
Thank you, Prof. I know some came late when we started the Mentimeter interactions during the online teaching, so they may not be too familiar, but I'm glad you come in class on Thursday. We have a class on Thursday at 9, and please, you are welcome. Students, what will also happen during this period is that Prof will be taking this morning class. Of course, I will be present to support. So he'll be taking you for some lessons during the online classes, and he will also join us during the face-to-face classes whenever he can. We will be moving together. So he's your lecturer, just like I am. He's not going to be a guest anymore. He's going to be a lecturer of SH 106 for this semester. And I think, Luvonga, you need to be muted. Okay, so we'll see you on Monday, on Thursday at 9 for the face-to-face class. Can I request that a few of us, if you can, all of us, have our cameras on? Like Prof has already mentioned, we are doing this in collaboration. It's called the Carnegie Diaspora Fellow Program. So we're doing this in collaboration, and we hope that following these successful activities, some of you will be beneficiaries in one way or another as a result of the collaboration. Huwa nawaambia kila wakati they should have their passports ready. So far sijui wangapi wametengeneza passport, so that in case such collaborations yield some mobilities for people to go one or two places, then we will be grateful. So let's have cameras on. We'd like to take a photo with Prof on this first interaction, the first class with him. That's Amani, mbona umenyamaza hivyo? This gentleman keeps, I don't know what will happen in 106, but in the previous class, alikuwa anatuonyesha dust ya Max. Sindio Amani? Anatuonyesha dust ya Max. He just leads the class, and yes, now I can see. And let's pause. Wanakaa tukawa wajakunywa chai. Kwani hii chai yenu mnakunywa saa ngapi? Always. Sunday. Reni, you look so gloomy. Kuna hazard hapo umekaa? Okay. Muga na ujaketi vizuri, you're looking you're on the side. Sijui umelala ama umeketi. Your photo is going to come out not very straight. Jambo, keti vizuri. Let's take a photo with our lecturer, Professor Karuki from Canada. Hii hata ndatumia class rep. Tutaweka status. Tutoe fire extinguishers kwa status sasa. Si status yetu last week ilikuwa fire extinguishers. Ama ni aje Calvin, sasa hii wiki sisi tuko na mgeni professor, lecturer wetu. Nimengoja watu 3-4 waashe kamera ili nichukue one complete. So unaweza. Okay, now get settled. Some people are shaking. Just get settled so that we take this photo. Njue, hebu kuja juu kidogo. Tunaona tu sijui ni band kwa kichwa. Hivyo sasa. Okay, on 1, 2, 3, just try to smile. So mwacha kukaa ni kama hazard. Nyoka hiyo imeingia mahali umekaa. Try sawa, good. That's one. Let's take another one. Okay. Taking the second shot. Nitoa hiyo mkono hapo, unaweka ni kama tunataka kusema kitu sana. Okay, the next one. Okay, that's better. On 1, 2, 3, na kitu ina interrupt sura za watu hapo. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you very much. So I will send those photos to you. Ili status itatutambua hii kuanzia leo mpaka hii wiki. Ukiweka unaweka #active-learning. Watu waulize hii ndio kumaanisha nini. Welcome to Kenyatta University SH 106. Utaelewa active learning ni nini. Okay, so tukutane Friday. We will continue with the active learning even the face-to-face is still active, not necessarily online. So we now want to conceptualize that as we move forward. Prof. Wanza, you can leave the class at all pleasure. Thank you.
Namwona huko umezima wapi bana? Saidie kuzima. Nani wakupia? Duati. Nishifu. Cheki.